Oh, okay, I'm live, I guess. Just a second. Yep. So, good afternoon, everyone. So, we're gonna solve this cheese CDF easy machine. So, I just finished it a few minutes ago, and you can see it's a 2 day ago machine. And yeah, so once you start the machines, you can just start with semester port scan and all this stuff. But you're gonna see something different here if you actually see a port scan. So there are hell lot of ports, hell lot of ports, and don't get panicked. Only got to have to go with the port 80. So if you actually go on a port 80, uh, let me copy the IP. So you're gonna find a page. There is a login page. You can try login. There is actually a SQL vulnerability, SQL injections. You can try that. You can try with the Hydra or something. You can get a payload of SQL bypass injections, and you can also try with the intruder or anything you want. Like you can do it anyway. But there is nothing gonna find it. So what else you can do is fuzzing. You can fuzz it, but what you have to do is uh, I use a Ferox. You can use anyone. So I use with the extensions like do not like I want to fuzz with the PSP, HTML, and config that stuff. Uh, so you can use any of your choice of tools for this. The IP is actually changed here, so I have to change the IP also. So after that, you're gonna find some of the interesting HTML page. And wait a second. So there are a login.php which we already have it here, and there are users.html. You can see it's just a kind of rabbit hole or something. There is nothing in a source also, but there is one that is messages.html. So if you go to the messages.html, you can see there is a link, hyperlink. If you click it, you're gonna find uh something like this. And if you know it's a PSP exfiltrations LFI, and it's saying if you know you know, so you can just try it. So if I do /etc/psswd, you can see I'm actually having a LFI. So you can try this one, and after that there is actually GitHub page. Let me actually I'm inside a VM. So after that you can to create from RC like PSP to RC, you can actually use this GitHub page. It's actually dope. It's automatically gonna create, do PSP filter exfiltration chain up with the RCE command you want. You can read the documentations, or if you don't want to waste the time, you can just do something like this. So this is the command. You're gonna run the Python file, that is this file, and you're gonna chain it with a PSP reverse shell. I've given the like PSP execute a bash shell, and execute bash is a bash reverse shell, and the IP is mine, that is 70 or something, and the port. So after that, it's gonna create a like grip a PSP type of payloads and save it to the payload.txt. Straightforward, right? So we have a payload.txt right here. Not this one. This is the payload.txt. So this is the payload. So you're gonna listen to the port that we have, and we let's go and just copy the payload.txt because we're gonna need this. After that, go to the PSP expedition you had and just paste the payload you got. And after that, you can see you have a reverse shell, right? Pretty straightforward. So let me zoom it the cell. And if we go to the home, there is a user called Comty. We cannot actually cat the user flag it because we don't have a permissions. See? And what you have to do is you can just run a limpies. But what I did is since it's an easy machine, so I just straightly go for the SSH. You can also find the same in a limpies result. So you can directly go here. Oh, sorry for the typo mistake. So we have authorized keys, right? So if I show you the permission, we have a read and write permission on authorized key. That's pretty dope, right? So what you're gonna do is come to your local machines and you're gonna generate a key, the SSH key with SSH keygen. I'm gonna name it as a YouTube and with no password. I don't want a password, so you're gonna go to the .ssh and you have your public key. So you just get your YouTube public key So this is your public key. Just copy the entire string and come to the reverse shell and paste it. I'll suggest you to append it, not overwrite. Authorized keys. So there you go. So we're gonna need to connect to the IDRSA. You just have to change the permission to 600 for IDRSA. So for this case, it's YouTube, and we're gonna use the YouTube key, our private key, and connect to CompT at the rate the IP of the machine. That's our, just a second, this IP. We're gonna hit S. Oh, what happened? It's asking for a password. So let's wait a second. Something is wrong. We're gonna, authorized keys. See that again. Oh, it's authorized keys. We have it here, but it seems like something is wrong. Just a second. It's ComT. Oh, the typo mistake is wrong. You can see the ComT spelling here. This one is actually wrong. It's I've written a Conti. It's ComT. There you go. So we are a ComT user now. So you can now grip a like get a user.txt file, and after that it's time for privilege escalation. Since I'm a SSS, I can do sudo -l, and you can see there are a file like export timer, especially which can be run as a system32 with the sudo privilege. So let's see what's that. So we have to go sudo system the system. So on here you can see we have a export timer, and we have, if I actually show you the privilege of export timer, with hyphen la export timer. So it's a root, but we have a read and write, right? So let's go and see what's inside that. Nothing pretty much, right? So we can see a description of export timer, wanted by that stuff, that stuff, that stuff. So what if I just run, the command here, this one, with the sudo, and paste the command. So it's saying failed to start export timer. So there is a bad unit setting, right? So to view a log, you can just type this command. So it's saying a bad settings. So bad settings is probably a parameter is missing in a boot second parameter. So we're gonna see one more thing. We're gonna see services. If you see the services, it's type equals to one shot, and it's gonna start a copy the user bin xxt file, and gonna copy to the opt xxt, and it's gonna give all the root privileges to xxt. So that means once the privilege is done, we're gonna have a xxt as a root. So we probably need to exploit that. So we'll quickly, change the explode the timer, and let's give it a parameter. We can give any like second. I'm gonna use 5. We can just go 10, 3, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna fix the line of code here. And what we're gonna do is now gonna run this one. This time it should not give an error because all the parameters are on the right place. So there you go. If you go to the opt, you can see xxt with the root privilege. So what next? You're gonna go to the GDFO bin and search for the xxt binary. So we're gonna read it. We can directly read the root file, but it's always better if you become a root, right? So the command is pretty easy. It's echo data and xxtr, then the file. So what there are many ways you can actually append IDRSA just like this to a root IDRSA.authorized key, or you can change, or you can create a new user with the root privilege by appending root uh, you know SSID to the end user and PSSWD file. So you're gonna use the second option. So for that, I already have, like, I mostly do the escalation that way. So the command is pretty straight. So let me copy the echo command. So it's like this. Um, okay. So so this is the command. So we're gonna create one more user with the root. Let's try astute and astute, right? And after that, if you see, we have to use xxd. So it's xxd and slash opt slash xxd. So let's gonna copy the enter because there are spaces. And on here, we're gonna do etc slash psswd file. Okay, it's done. What if I just do this? You can see astute with the root privileges, and you will see the SSID. So what we can do is we can directly do astute, and I can do ID. You can see I'm a root. I'm a group ID of root. So I can actually go inside a root, and I can just cat the root flag. But for the POC, I'm just gonna, you know, echo astute pond root 1.txt. There you go. So it's that easy, and it was pretty fun. I hope you enjoyed, and see ya. Bye.